Congratulations, based off your BMI of between 38 and 44, you have landed in this category 4 that we've created. We've created these categories to try to create these various packages which will allow us to maximize the amount of fat that we get out of you to get the biggest, most dramatic change. So in this case, what that means, we have 3 different packages, being the upper body, the midsection, and the lower body. And in the upper body, that's going to consist of treatment of the chin, which we go above the jawline to make a more oval face, and then below the jawline to create this line of the jaw and create a better profile, so you stop having this face that goes right into the neck. We also treat the arms. Now the arms are going to consist of circumferential around the arm, with the exception of this little strip of, just above the bicep, which there's a big blood vessel that we like to avoid, but it'll go all the way up to the shoulder area, all the way into the armpit, and all the way down to the elbow. It takes care of the whole problem with the arms. In addition, we treat the front bra roll, which is just in the underarm area. A lot of times when you have larger breasts, the larger breast will roll into the underarm area and get that fullness. So you might have so much fullness in your underarm that your elbows are not able to go down closer to your side because there's so much fullness. So we take out that there, which allows your arms to go down, but it also defines the side of the breast. You also have this fullness towards the upper back area. We call that the back bra roll. So when your bra strikes right in through here, sometimes you get a roll just below that. So this procedure will help alleviate that problem. At this level, you may also have this issue with the buffalo hump, which is fullness in the upper back, and causes it to look as if you're hunched over. So that's called the banana roll. We'll take care of that as well. The next package we'll discuss is the midsection. And in the midsection, at this level, it's required that we break the 360 into 2 separate procedures. Individuals at this level are larger and carry more fat around the midsection, which for safety purposes requires us to break it down into separate procedures. And it'll be the front of the abdomen, and then we'll complete the 360 in the waist for a second procedure. Now, the reasoning why we're doing this is that if we try to approach doing the 360 all-in-one procedure, it is a little excessive for someone in this size, and we would remove an excessive amount of fat and have to utilize an excessive amount of fluids, which can lead to toxicity and medical problems. So this is a safety purpose. This is the reason why we're doing this. So the front of the abdomen consists of, if you lift your breasts up, you're going to go just below the breast line, all the way down to into the pubic area. So we're going to break through that connective tissue at the bottom where your belly folds. And then we go wide enough to take care of the entire fold. The goal of this procedure, treating the front of the abdomen, is get that entire fold to go away completely. And so by taking all the fat out of there, it's going to flatten out the belly, and it's going to make it so the belly goes back, and it'll appear that your breasts stick out further than your belly. This is one big proportion that we need to change. The other big thing that we're looking to change by treating the front is to getting that fold that hangs. We need to get that to go away completely. And so we need to, in order to do that, we need to go wide enough. And so how wide we go is going to be, variable per individual, but our job is to get rid of the fold, so we go as wide as that fold starts. And so typically if you put your arm down by the side and you drew an imaginary line from the front part of your armpit, it's about how wide we go. Usually we're a little bit wider than that, more or less. The second part of the 360, so the first part would be treating the front of the abdomen to about the sides here, and then the second part picks up where we left off, and we take care of everything else towards the back. And so this would complete the 360. It would create that hourglass figure, and it also shapes the lower back and shapes the butt. So this would we call the waist. So this again is the second part of the 360 for the midsection. The next package would be the lower body package, and there's a couple options here depending on what your needs are. The lower body package would consist of the inner thighs and the knees, so everything from the groin all the way down to the knee, and that ends right here on the front part of the thigh here. And then on the outer thigh, we're going to take the upper outer portion of the thigh, and this is going to define the side of the butt, and it's going to decrease the width. So a lot of people will carry that width on the outer portion of the thigh, and so we want to take that down and decrease the width, which narrows you out a little bit, and this changes the proportions of your body. We're also going to treat the banana roll. So in shaping of the butt, part of that is going to be the outer thigh here, and part of that was going to be just below the butt. You have this roll that creates fullness on the bottom portion of the butt. Now, some individuals at this size may need more than these areas treated in the thigh. So what I mean by that is some individuals will have more fullness on the front of the thigh, and where that if you take only the inner thigh and the outer thigh, it may leave you abnormally looking with too much fullness on the front of the thigh. These individuals would qualify for full thigh, which is a more circumferential, all-inclusive type treatment of the thighs, where we go all the way from the groin to the knee, on the middle portion, on the front of the thigh, as well as the side of the thigh. This is more inclusive. It's a much bigger procedure. We get significantly more fat out of there. Now the risk is that when we treat the front of the thigh, it's at a higher risk for creating dimples and irregularities. So going into this procedure, you have to be aware and conscious of the potential risk involved. And if in many cases, larger individuals, they already have dimples and irregularities on the front of the thigh, and it's worth it to them to get the fat out and be significantly smaller. But those individuals that are expecting smooth results, you might want to reconsider treating full thighs.